Okay, so now let's see how he does this function. So again, he gives it a name. He tells R that he's defining a function. He says that he's going to have 3 parameters. Now how do we set the default state for the parameter? By doing this. Besides just, we could have just said there's a parameter called parametric, and we could have just said that there's a parameter called print, but that's not what he does. He says there's a parameter called parametric, and he sets it equal to true. So that means that if nothing is entered for parametric and nothing is entered for print, then they will automatically be assumed to be true and false, respectively. By the way, one other thing about functions in generally speaking, is so if you put a vector in here, and then you put like true here in the second argument and false in the third argument, or whatever, it's going to assume that the second argument is for parametric and the third argument is print. But if you specifically write print equals false, you can put it anywhere. It can be first, second, or third. It doesn't matter. Okay? I don't know. I hope I said that clearly. Okay, anyway, so here we have this function. We said there are going to be 3 variables, 3 arguments, 3 parameters, whatever. Okay, then we have to give these curly brackets, which will end down here. And then we begin the definition. Now we say if, and then parametric. So what does that mean? Well, remember that parametric can be either true or false. Now, if we don't write anything, it's assumed to be true. So that would mean if parametric parametric would be equal to true. So if true, then this would be run from here to here. Okay? But if we specifically say that parametric is false, then this won't be run. Then the else part will be run from here to here. So which is going to be run depends on whether parametric is true or false. So if it's true, then what? Then the center is going to be defined by this. The center is defined by this, and the spread is defined by this. Remember that if we put the little semicolon in here, that's like a new line. Okay? Or a new expression. So this is what will happen. These 2 variables, center and spread, which are, what did he call them? Local. Did he call them local variables? Or local. So these center and spread, which are local, will be defined this way if parametric is true. Otherwise, they'll be defined this way, which we said is instead of using the mean, we use the median, and so on. Okay, so that will now define what we mean by the center. And then there's another if statement. It says if print and parametric. Now we talked about the AND statement, and in order for the AND statement to resolve to true or to result in true, both sides of it have to be true. So it means that print has to be true and parametric has to be true. So in the case that print and parametric are both true, then this. Now I believe this is like a print statement. Cat is like a print statement. So it's going to print. Cat is a print statement, I guess. It's a type of print statement. You can look it up, but just assume that it's a print statement. So we're going to print what? But it allows you to print out, to put some variables in there as well. So remember, this is a variable. I don't think print will allow us to do that. I'm not sure. So anyway, so mean equals center. So it'll say it'll print out what center is, and then this means a new line, and standard deviation equals spread and new line. So it's going to print that out if both of these are true. If both of these aren't true, then it says then another if print is true but parametric is not true, right, this is not, it means we're going to print but it's not parametric, then what should we do? We should type median, not mean, equals center, and MAD equals spread, right? Okay, so that's how that works. And the result is a list, and let's test this out afterwards. I'd like to see what happens. The result is a list, and sent with the two components, center, which equals center, and spread, which equals spread. And remember, we have to, besides printing out, this is a little bit strange, but besides printing out, which is this is going to be printed out somewhere, besides that, we need to talk about what the result is, which is also sent to the screen. So we need to do that as well, and that's what he's done here. Let's test this out. Okay, so I put it here. Okay, this is the definition, and then I try it out. So my stats, I put in a vector x, the vectors just from 1 to the sequence from 1 to 10, and I also specified print equals true, because if I didn't say this, if I just left it with nothing there except for the vector, then it's going to think that print is false, right? But I don't want, I wanted to see what happens when print is true. So here's what happened. So it gave me the mean. The mean is 5.5. And why did it give me the mean and not the median? Because I didn't specify that parametric was false, so the default is parametric is true. So it gave me the mean instead of the median. And it gave me the SD instead of the MAD, instead of this one. Okay, so it prints these out. Why does it print them out? Because of this statement here, right? And it has these new line and new line. So it gives me, prints out this, then a new line to here, then this, and a new line to here. Then I also get the list stuff. This is the list. This is what's returned. So now let's try it where I do my stat, and I just do the same vector. Actually, I can, might be quicker to do it like that. I just do the same vector that I had before, and I don't say anything about the parameters. So if I don't say anything about the parameters, then it's going to assume what? That parametric is true and print is false. So we won't get this stuff, but we'll still get the list report. Okay? Like that. Alright, so that is that function.